Alright, fans of Prince TV, welcome back to this platform. This particular video, I'll be giving you guys structural updates about protectionist specially based on the new Decreto de Sicurezza, that is the new immigration decree. There are many people who still don't understand how to get this protectionist specially, because that document is meant for people who are not qualified for political asylum or subsidiary protection. Now, Prince TV is here to give you guys the function of that document, and then people who are qualified for it, and then how you can get this 2 years document known as protectionist specially. But first, if you know you have not subscribed to this platform or you are not following me on Facebook, try to, so that anytime I upload my videos, then you'll be the first person to be notified. Know what this video is all about. Very important. Listen, he said, for people who do not qualify for international protection, permesso per protezione speciale. Now listen attentively here. He said here, the permesso di soggiorno per protezione speciale was created by the Savini Decree in 2018. He said, some major changes were then made by the so-called Decreto IMMIGRANTION, effective as of October 22, 2020. So it was 2020 which they brought the new Decreto de Sicurezza, that is the new immigration decree here in Italy, which give light to now allow people to access the 2 years document. Now listen to this video to the end and see how you can go about to get the 2 years document. Listen attentively. He said here, who is eligible? Now let's see. He said, this kind of permesso and protection is for those who do not qualify for refugee status or subsidiary protection, but who are nevertheless in need of protection. He said, according to the new law, this permesso may be granted to those who, if they return to their country of origin, face danger of persecution on the grounds of race, gender, sexual identity, or sexual orientation, language, citizenship, religion, political opinion. Now, these are most of the reasons that, you know, after all your stories that you are not qualified for the one of asilo politico or subsidiary protection, now, going back to your own country of origin, if you have to still face some of the risks like the ones mentioned in above, then you will be also allowed to receive the protectionist specially. And let's go a little bit forward. That is one step of it. Now let's go. He said here, risk of being sent from their country of origin to another country where they may face persecution. All these things are most of the reason. Now listen to this part here. He said, according to the new law, this permesso can also be granted to people who may face a branch of their rights to private and family life if sent back to their home countries. So all these things are included. So these important aspects of it, which people can make use of. He said, this means that if you have family ties in Italy, you are well integrated into Italy's social life, or if you have been living in Italy for a long time, you may be eligible for this permesso. Now, these are two ways which you can get this kind of permit. If you have been in Italy for a very long time, maybe you have children, you are allowed to get this kind of permit if you are not qualified for the political asylum or subsidiary protection. In other means, if you don't have child, then if you are well integrated and then you have been staying here in Italy for long, now people are not allowed to get this kind of permit if you have stayed in the country for a very long time. That is another way to be able to catch up these documents. Not just to stay in the country without participating, without working, without going to the language school. You know, you have to show a tangible proof which state that since you have been in Italy, you have been integrated with some certificate. All these things are what they have to put into consideration and give us the protectionist specially. So that is one funny part of this new immigration decree, which people are not making use of it. Then Prince TV have come to allow you guys to still put on strategies on this point and then get the 2 years document as well. Now let's go a little bit forward. He said, how do I get it? Now let's see. He said, you could receive this permesso either as the result of your asylum application or after your permesso per casi speciale expired if you are not eligible for a permesso per motivo di lavoro. Now, many people who have the casi speciale, if that casi speciale expire, going to renew it, then they will give you back in return what is known as protezione speciale. Then another way around you can get is for your judge to decide, like I stated already in the first place. As recently stated by the Tribunal of Bologna, you could also apply for the permesso per protezione speciale directly at the questura. So many people already get this information. You can apply for this protezione speciale as well at your questura. He said, however, the questure usually do not accept this application, so you may want to seek the help of a lawyer. So it depends on you. Either you go straight to your questura to apply, or you make the use of a lawyer to apply for this protezione speciale direct. So that is just it. So let me hit this point here. People who have their case at the tribunal, no need for you to renounce that case going to apply for protezione speciale. You have to wait because your judge also have the right to give you the protezione speciale. So get that particular point and don't make that mistake. Now listen, he said, how long is it valid for? Now let's see how long this permesso is valid. He said, when first introduced by the Savini decree, this permesso was valid for up to 1 year. So during the time of Savini, when he brought this humanitarian protection, it lasts for just only 1 year. Now listen attentively here. He said, since the new Decreto Immigrazione went into effect on October 2020, the permesso per protezione speciale is now valid for 2 years. So now, with the new Decreto di Sicurezza, the document is valid for 2 years. Now let's still go a little bit forward. He said, how long will it take to get it? It depends on the judge. It depends on the questura, wherever you apply for it. That one is very, very clear. I don't need to give any explanation on that point. Now let's see. He said here, how can I renew it? You guys already know that. If you have protezione speciale, let me explain that one by myself. Not everything I will read here. If you have protezione speciale, going to renew it, it is good you have a contract of work. Because if not, there is every high probability that they have to now send you back again to commission. That is why it's always important, advisable to have a contract of work, either autonomo or subordinato, for you to be able to renew your permesso di protezione speciale without having any problem with Italian government. So that is just it. He said here, can I convert this permesso into permesso per motivo di lavoro? That's what I'm stating here. It is possible for you to convert it to motive of work. Very simple for that. Now let's see the rights which you have with this kind of permit. He said here, what rights do I have as a holder of protezione speciale? Now look at your rights. He said, work in Italy but not in any other European countries. So if you have protezione speciale, you can work here in Italy but not in any other European country. That is one of the rights. Then he said, access the Italian healthcare system, SSN. You can go to hospital, Italian healthcare system. You can access them if you have this kind of permit. Then another one again is access the Italian public education system. You can go to school with this kind of permit. He said, stay in a reception facility as well as receive basic services at the reception facility. Your right to reception include food and hygienic products. You also entitled to receive medical attention, social and physiological support. So all these things are your rights as a holder of protezione speciale. Then he said, register with the registry office of your local commune, which give you the right to get a carta di identità. If you have your protezione speciale, you can request for carta di identità through the help of anagraphy in your commune. So that is the help of the new immigration decree which was passed on the 22nd of October 2020. Prince TV wishes to refresh this to people to now know that if maybe you have taken negative many times, now you have to put another strategies thinking if they have to give you protezione speciale by integrating in the country, participating one or two things. So that is just it. If you have any question based on this topic, you can drop it at the comment section. Then we will try to give you answer. Try to give us a thumbs up and share out to others. Till next time again, we'll be together. Remember your host here on this platform, Prince TV.